So I have made my way to well, I guess she's 23 or 24 now, but a young woman's bedroom because we are staying with some of Joe's friends right now. And she no longer lives here in this home. This is her old bedroom, but this is where I'm crashing tonight. The trip here from North Dakota was very, very uneventful. As you can see from the few images I've posted, the little bits of video, that was really all there was to see. The entire drive was very reminiscent of, it looked like New York. I mean, it really reminded me a lot of New York, so not a whole lot going on. So here you go. Take a look. So we are currently in Minneapolis, St. Paul area, the greater area. Holy cow, there are a lot of lakes around here. I've been driving for the first full half of the morning. Welcome to the Daily Octane. It is, what is today? Monday. It is Monday, October 5th. It's actually my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Matt, if you watch this video today. We are going from Fargo to Fargo, North Dakota, through Minnesota, ending in Madison, Wisconsin today. It's a long day, just a tick over 9 hours of driving probably by the time we're done. We are not stopping to do anything. We have no entertainment value stuff going on today, so this will be a fairly boring video. At some point, though, we're going to stop later on, and I will do a rant about what's going on with politics and things and life and all that kind of stuff. And I actually have an idea for something I might be doing here shortly down the road. So we're going to be getting back on the road. Not even shooting a lot of B-roll. There's been nothing to see. I mean, it's been fairly nondescript, trees and side of highways. The traffic did get a little crazy driving through Minneapolis, but what are you going to do? I mean, you see one car, you've seen them all. So not the most exciting day that we've had. It probably won't get a whole lot better, but maybe we'll see something cool, and if we do, I'll certainly catch it on video. So be patient. Thanks for watching. We're going to keep moving on here. Talk to you soon. All right, so we stopped for a break. We are somewhere in the middle of Wisconsin, about halfway through the state, kind of cutting diagonally from the central western part of the state to the southeastern part of the state, cutting through the interstates that way. Again, we're not doing anything interesting or fun on this part of the trip. I mean, it's just roads. So I'm gonna take a minute here while we're stopped at a rest stop because I really needed to pee. Just make a mention about what's going on, presidential politics right now. Obviously, we have an election going on, but more importantly, there's the presidential COVID-19 diagnosis. He's still in Walter Reed, at least as far as the recording of this. He has not gone home yet, home being the White House. However, the announcement came out this morning that Kyle McEnany, by the way, the wind is crazy, so if this is shitty audio, my apologies, but Kayleigh McEnany, the White House press secretary, she's COVID positive now. My question is, Bill Barr, at this event, both the Rose Garden event as well as the presidential debate, I believe he was at the president's side for all of these things. I'm waiting for his diagnosis. He does not look like the healthiest individual in the world, and I think it could be dangerous for him as well. It continues to spread. This Barnett woman who's being put up for Supreme Court, she was at this Rose Garden event with her 7 kids, none of them wearing masks, all these adults exposed to her and her kids. So she's likely going to be looking at a positive COVID diagnosis as well. as she possibly gets ready to begin her confirmation hearings in the next several weeks, as well as several sitting senators, Republican senators, that are COVID positive right now. So that should all be very interesting. Regardless, the next several weeks of this election are going to be crazy. Joe Biden went back on the road today. He's heading down to Florida to campaign. I do believe that, it was appropriate for him to suspend negative ads, or even ads in general, about the president for a couple of days as this first hit, but he can't just put it on hold indefinitely. He has to campaign. We have a very, very, very important election coming up in just a few weeks. So, hitting back on the road. I'm going to make Joe listen to the Hamilton soundtrack, as a matter of fact. He's never listened to it, never seen it on Disney+. So the next 2 hours of Joe's life is going to be the Hamilton soundtrack, starting in just a minute. So I will see you guys most likely when we get to Madison, Wisconsin. I'll jump on the camera real quick before we have dinner with his friends, and then leaving tomorrow for Chicago and then back home. So that was what we had of the trip today. Obviously, not a lot happened. I do want to say a couple of things. This is going to be the one day that I get super political. I've already ranted once. I'm going to say something else, because since I posted at the rest area on the highway, the news came out that President Trump decided to go back to the White House. Also, in that, he posted a tweet that said something to the effect, and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have it in front of me, but basically that COVID is not scary and don't be afraid of it, and it's fine and you'll be great and all that kind of stuff. Then he proceeds to get to the White House and immediately take his mask off, exposing everybody around him because he's still, contagious. He still has it. He says he's fine. In fact, he's even alluded recently to the fact that he might be immune. But yet there is some video that is being shared all over the internet right now that shows him very clearly struggling to breathe. So there is something very fishy and very foul. And we're going to have a lot more information coming in the next couple of days, because there are plenty of cases of people that contract COVID, that get sick initially, and then they're fine. They're okay. And then all of a sudden it spikes again. It comes back, and they get what's called that cytokine flu, or a cytokine storm, where your own immune system battles back and fights back against it. Now, the thing is, Trump was given a steroid, a very powerful steroid. So he's going to feel like $1 million right now. He's also going to act a little kooky and crazy, made poor decisions. His poor decisions are not very unusual. That's something we're used to here in this United States over the last several years. But on Twitter especially, he was very, very weird over the last 24 hours. I would also add the fact that he's given a whole bunch of experimental drugs. For him to say something to the effect of COVID's not scary to the American people do not have access to unlimited health care. They do not have access to an entire team of doctors. They do not have access to cutting-edge experimental treatments like he did. So he's reckless. He is endangering the welfare of the American people with his statements tonight. And that's really all I have to say about that. So thank you for watching today's episode of the Daily Octane. I'm sorry it wasn't very exciting. Tomorrow probably will be much the same, because tomorrow we're driving from here. By the way, we're in Northwest Illinois, and we're driving to New York tomorrow with a stop quick in Chicago to visit a friend. And I will hopefully be able to post that tomorrow. Hopefully everything works out and we get there early enough and do that stuff. So thank you for watching. Like the video if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you tomorrow on another episode, I can't talk, of the Daily Octane. Have a good night.